The Gossiping Clams, a Coast Salish story retold by April Strickland. A long time ago, a very, very long time ago, clams had feet. They could walk everywhere, just like everybody else. And they were kind of nosy and extremely curious. They were especially interested in humans. You'd be getting home from work, and the clams, they'd be watching while you told your family about your day. You'd be brushing your teeth, and if you looked up at your window, a clam or two would be standing there, waiting to see what you would do next. You'd head out to the supermarket, and a clam would be riding along in your shopping basket, keeping a detailed mental catalog of what you were buying. You'd go out to dinner with some friends, and right in the booth behind you, clams, watching, observing. If this wasn't bad enough, the clams would also gossip while you slept. They'd all get together when the people were sleeping, and they'd retell everything they'd seen. Even worse, if what you were up to wasn't interesting enough, they'd just make stuff up. April snores like a bear. I heard she doesn't brush her teeth. All kinds of other nonsense. Clams. They were nosy gossipers, and a long time ago you had to watch what you got up to because some clams were probably watching and the word was going to get out. One day, Raven was off in the woods and he was up to no good. I don't know what he was doing. It looks like he may have been stealing money, maybe from the teachers in Burnaby. Whatever it was bad, really bad. And when Raven was done, he looked down and uh-oh, right there at his feet was a clam watching him. What is that Raven up to? Raven turned to the little clam and begged him, pleaded with him, not to tell. He was worried. It was going to get out and the clams would not keep their mouths shut. But the clam, because he was a little bit scared of Raven, agreed. He'd keep quiet, he wouldn't say a word, and Raven's secret was safe. Do you think he's going to keep his word? Let's find out. Well, you know what happened. The little clam couldn't keep his promise, and the word got out that Raven was up to no good. First, all the clams knew, because it's what they did. They told each other everything, and then everyone knew, the rocks, trees, and humans too. Raven heard about how the secret had got out, and he was really mad. Raven spread his big black wings and gathered up all the clams and flew down to the beach. He dropped the clam on the sand. Help! Stomp! He stomped the clam into the sand with his big raven feet, over and over, stomp, 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 with his big raven feet until all the clams were buried in the sand. You're stuck now, clams, he said, and every time you open your mouths, they'll fill with sand and salt water. That will keep you from gossiping. But even though they couldn't go anywhere, the clams couldn't stop gossiping still. And to this day, if you walk on the beach, you'll see little sprays of water coming out of the sand. And that's the clams making up stories about what they've seen and them clearing their mouths so they can gossip, gossip, gossip. The end.